Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, in this video I'm going to discuss all about banks and how to create your international bank account. I'm going to talk about a regular bank as well as digital bank. So if you are an international student coming to the UK very soon, this video might be really helpful for you, so keep on watching. And before I begin with the video, there's something I want to mention. If you're a student looking for an accommodation, I would definitely recommend that you check out Amber. When you book your accommodation with Amber, there are 3 simple steps that you need to follow: search, finalize and book. First, you need to look for options from thousands of listings and send an inquiry by filling out the form. Once you do that, a booking executive will get back to you and also provide suggestions. When you finalize a property, the booking executive will do everything to help you out, including the paperwork. So your experience is going to be completely hassle-free. Amber is a great platform for students looking for all kinds of accommodations. I have personally booked my accommodation through Amber, so that is something that I would totally recommend to everybody else. So go check out Amber and book your accommodation through them. The link to their website is in the description box below, so go ahead and check them out. Now coming back to the main topic of this video, I'm going to talk all about banks and how to create bank accounts. So if you are an international student coming to the UK, obviously you would require a bank account, and I would suggest that you create a bank account as soon as you come here. That would really help you. It's always a better option to have a local bank here than use your card from an international bank. And when you're talking about banks, there are literally like many options out there. There's Barclays, Lloyds, Santander, NatWest, HSBC. There's just a lot. So I personally have an HSBC bank account, and my experience with HSBC has been pretty great so far. So I would recommend HSBC to everyone else, but that doesn't mean that other banks are not great, obviously. So you are free to check out any bank you would like and create an account there. Lots of options out there. As I mentioned, you can compare different banks and the services they provide to international students and then come to a conclusion. I just went for HSBC because I liked all the services they provide, but again, it's completely up to you. I would say HSBC is good, but everything else is good as well. So the decision is up to you, but whichever bank account you create, the process is more or less similar. And the best part is that everything can be done online, so you don't really need to go to the bank physically to create a bank account. Everything including verification is done online. So about creating a bank account, I'm going to explain the process on the basis of my experience while creating the HSBC bank account, but I can assure you that even if you're opening a bank account in some other bank, the process would more or less be similar. So while creating a bank account, you have to make sure that the account you're creating is called a current account. I know the system is kind of different in India, but over here, when you are creating a bank account as an international student, you should make a current account. Now, if you go to the HSBC website, you will see lots of options. Click on current account, then you will see a lot of options under there as well. Over there, you need to check out the section that says international student bank account. You're going to find 2 options: student bank account and international student bank account. So obviously you will have to click on international students bank account, and then they'll give you all the details about that bank account and all the features it has and all the services that you will be provided through that bank account. So you can obviously go and check that out and decide for yourself if that's what you want or not. Suppose you decide that this is the kind of bank account that you would like. There are a few criteria. First of all, you need to be 18 and above. You will also require a valid ID proof and a place of stay proof. So for the ID proof, you will require to provide your BRP, and for the place of stay, you will require a document from the university which confirms where you live, your address. And other than that, it is also necessary that you are living in the UK when you create the bank account. So if you are planning to create your UK bank account while you're still back in your home country, I'm afraid that is not possible. You have to be already in the UK with an ID proof. ID proof could also be a passport, to be honest, but also a BRP. But the entire point is that you have to be living in the UK when you create the bank account. When you start filling up the application form to create your account, you will see that they'll ask you for all your personal details. And I think that's still where I can show you. After that, I cannot, because that would involve me providing my details again, which I do not want. So I'm sorry I can't show you further. But after you fill up these details, you'll have to fill up a couple of more details all about yourself. And after that, there is a verification process for which you will have to scan or like take a photograph of the document and upload it. And basically that's how they verify it. The entire process might take a couple of days. It's not very quick. And they will send all your details through mail, not email, but like physically, like a mail. They'll send like papers with all your details and your passwords and stuff like that. So all the instructions will be provided there. But yeah, that's their process. That's how they do it. And also something I want to mention, when I talk about getting a letter from your university for an address proof, most of the time, at least for my university, the letter was self-generated. So you must have a portal. So when you start studying at a university, they will provide you with like username and stuff for like a university portal where you have all your details, your bank details and student details and all of that. You must have a place to receive self-generated letters. So at least for me, as you can see, I have a portal, something like this. There's this option which allows me to generate letters for different purposes, including creating a bank account. So this just makes life easier, to be honest, because you don't really need to go and contact university, and this is basically instant, right? Now you might wonder how long it might take for your application. Honestly, it depends from one person to another, and also depends on when you're applying. The minimum number of days it can take is like 1 or 2 days, literally 1 or 2 business days, but it can take a lot longer than that. For me personally, it took about 2 weeks because I applied back in December, and that was right before the Christmas break. So my account was created after 1st of January. So it was about 2 weeks. It took about 2 weeks time, which is understandable because most of the things here are closed during the Christmas break. If you are creating a bank account as soon as you come here in September, which I highly recommend, your bank account would be created in a much shorter time. As I said, I created my HSBC bank account in December. So you might wonder what I did from September to November. So I had created a digital bank account as soon as I reached Exeter back in September, and I had been using my digital bank account for the 3 months. And I thought, I mean, it's not that I do not trust a digital bank account, but I just thought it would be a good idea that I also make a physical bank account, if that makes sense. So that's the reason I created the HSBC account. But before that, I was using this digital bank account called Revolut. I so far have a really good experience with Revolut. I would totally recommend Revolut to someone who has just arrived in a new country, because the process was very simple. The verification process also did not take too long, and there wasn't much of an issue while creating the account. They were okay with the kinds of documents I provided. Obviously, I did not have all kinds of documents. For example, the proof of stay, which for HSBC, I provided a self-generated letter. I did not have access to the self-generated letters when I just reached Exeter, right? Because I did not get my university logins back then. So obviously I had no access to that. And I still wanted to create a digital bank account. What I did was I uploaded my tenancy agreement document. So in my tenancy agreement document, my address was written, and that was enough for them. And I just found that really cool. So everything was very simple when I created the Revolut account. They wanted my basic details and obviously documents, any kind of document that had my address proof, and of course my ID as well, like my passport. I did not have my BRP, so I provided my passport, and that was just enough for them to create my account. And I ordered for a debit card as well. And while the debit card took time to arrive, I also had a digital debit card which I could use through my phone. There's also another digital bank that I have used, and it was recommended by my university, and that's the reason I created an account there. It's called Starling. Starling is really good, and it has a feature that I prefer more than Revolut, which is that you can save money in vaults. So you have like a separate space that you can put your money into. You have like no access to it until you want to withdraw it. And I think that's really a good feature to help you save money. Revolut has that feature, but again, you have to upgrade your account to avail that feature, but you can use that for free on Starling. So that's the only difference I noticed among the two, but otherwise both of them are pretty good, and I use both of the digital banks on a daily basis, and I rarely use my HSBC account. If you are working part-time here in the UK, I think that's something you can do. You can spend your daily expenses using the digital banks and have another secure bank account, whatever it may be, where you can deposit and save your part-time work money. That's something a lot of people do. So yes, that was pretty much everything I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope you found this video helpful. I would totally recommend HSBC, Revolut, Starling, as I've personally used them, but there are several other banks and digital banks as well that you can take a look at, but I will not recommend them because I have not used them. But there are a lot of options available, so you can ask around what other people are doing, your friends, your peers at the university, and then take a final decision. But yeah, creating a bank account, it's a simple process, maybe a bit time consuming, but it's still quite simple. And again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please show your support, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Goodbye.